I'm going to hold the bow from the stick. Remember never to touch the hair, because you just have rosin in it. You're going to put your thumb, so remember the parts of the bow: the screw, the frog, the stick. And and there's two things they never talk about in any books that I've ever seen. The rest, the thumb rest, which is always it's a little rest so you can put your thumb on so it doesn't hurt. See, it's a little wider, a little bigger. And then the braid. There's a little braid that they put on top. And people think it's for decoration, but it's to help us guide us where our hand's going to go. So your thumb is going to go on the thumb rest. See that? And when I approach my hand like this, approach my hand like I'm making a big C. Put it here. Put my thumb in there, and I bend my thumb so that it bends my hand over the stick. So a lot of guys, you'll do this, very bad. You want this. And learning how to hold a bow is tricky, but the sooner you get it, the easier it gets. So I put my thumb, and I'm gonna put my middle finger around the rest as well. Sometimes my thumb touches my middle finger, sometimes it doesn't. It just depends how I'm playing, how fast, or how I'm holding the bow. But there we go, we're making a tunnel. Third finger is going to be in the mouth of the frog. See that? Now put it right there. And then index finger is going to go on the braid. And then your pinky is going to go on the top of the stick. I just do that so that you can counterbalance. When I'm playing, my pinky just really relaxes. And you might see that as I'm playing. But my pinky is just so that when I'm holding the bow, you can see it. But if I'm holding it correct, you see it'll fall. It'll stay loose in my hand. What we want to avoid is this, holding the stick this way. Well, if we do, we'll get a very squeaky sound. So again, C, I'm going to do it a little quicker. That's the way it should go. Now I'm going to do open strings. I'm going to grab my violin and do some open strings. So I'm going to set it flat, and I'm going to make sure my hand moves as straight away from me as it possibly can. I'm not going to bend, I'm not going to turn it like this, because if we turn it like this, what happens? The bow turns. If I don't bend my elbow, my wrist, and my fingers, the bow will do a circle. We want it to go straight as possible as we can, and as flat. And I'm going to start at the bottom of the bow. I'm going to set it on the string, and this is always exciting the first time I hear it, because you guys got to get that sound. So the reason you get this is because we're not moving fast enough, so you got to move it fast enough so it can create a sound. I'm going to go back up, doing the same thing. Back down. And what I want to avoid is just going all over the place. You want to keep it right as you can in the center. Your bow should be going right over the F holes. It's going to look like right over the F holes. So if you're seeing yourself in a mirror, if you're covering the F holes, you're doing it right. So I'm going to go through all the open strings. I'm going to go to G, D, A, and E. Fourth string, third string, second string, first string. D, A, E. Okay, so we're going to do whole notes on all the strings. We're going to go down, up, move our bow, and so it's very common for us to want to look at the notes, and it's okay to look if you're just doing this. But when you're looking at music, what happens if you look into your violin, your form changes. So we're going to put our bow, and we're going to count 4 counts. We can do whole notes. We're going to go D for 4, G for 4, D for 4, A for 4, E for 4. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. G, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, 3, 4. E, 2, 3, 4. Then take a breather for 4 counts and back up. E, 2, 3, 4. A, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. And that's an exercise you could practice as a warm-up. Get used to holding your violin, holding the bow, and practice it. Practice in front of a mirror. I always do that.